Yo, what is going on, y'all? Welcome into Cardinalytics, an Arizona Cardinals podcast hosted by fans for the fans here on October 8th, 2025. 3 days removed from single-handedly the most embarrassing loss of in my Cardinals fan history, which is about 26 years. Well, not 26 years of Cardinals, but my life in general. Uh, Shad, I don't know how you feel about this loss, or obviously get into it. But wow, this is literally the most embarrassing loss that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the Giants joint stung a couple years ago, but it was Josh Dobbs. This right here, it's just pathetic, bro. Bro, I'm in the middle of my day, I'm like, bro, like I don't have to worry about the Titans. Like, we up like 20 something to whatever. I'm like, I can go. I had plans to go to like Six Flags here in Atlanta. So I'm out with my friends, just hanging out, and lo and behold, bro, it just amazes me with all the different ways that they find to lose a football game. Like they just continue to do it. And like I always text my friends, I tell them, they'll be like, "Oh man, we watching the Cardinals, like y'all got in the bag." I'm like, "Don't ever text me that. Don't ever text me that, oh, y'all got the game in the bag," because it's never in the bag when it comes to us. Like
Yeah,
it's just so much shit to break down from this game. And honestly, like I'm already kind of sick of the team, bro.
yeah.
So we can get
As
into it.
like I said, as I told you off camera, honestly, in terms of the game, it feels like there's so much more stuff off the field than on the field that becomes now more of a talking point. But overall, in terms of the game, everything except for the obviously the one side of the ball, which is like, okay, it's we're getting out of here. It's 10 minutes left in this game. The crazy things are happening, but it still seems like it's normal. And then obviously the Amari DiMercado thing happens where he drops the football at the goal line. Here on Cardinalytics, if you've been a fan, if you've known this podcast, we have talked about Amari DiMercado. We have never criticized him as a person, but we've always criticized the player because we just believe that the practice squad player is playing more than any other player should be playing. And again, maybe they trust him a lot. Trust is a big word I'm going to use going forward here, but Sean, how do you feel?
Yeah.
How did you feel, I should say, about the Imari DiMercado dropping the ball at the goal line and just completely forgetting that you have to cross the goal line with the football?
Yeah, you already know we don't like no neck, as we like to call him on this podcast. Um, man, it's just so much. Even before that, like what doesn't get talked about was the dumb snap that Froholt had that just bounces off of Kyler's face mask.
Yeah, and
And
I saw, I was trying to figure. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was trying to
yeah,
figure out why was that not called either illegal procedure or a false start? Like John Gaines is moving up and down as the ball is snapping. It's not like he timed the snap. He did that for about a second or two. Like I
yeah,
felt as though like that should have easily been either a dead ball or a false start, illegal procedure, whatever call they wanted to call. But like they
yeah.
just let the play go live, and obviously like the big Kyler thing dropping the ball. But you can finish your point.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I mean, I don't know why they didn't call it. I guess maybe buddy John Gaines. First off, John Gaines, it's nothing against John Gaines. It's everything
Mhm.
against the other JG, our head coach, right? Like, why is even John Gaines in the game? Like, if you're gonna put Will Hernandez out there, I don't know why they got him on a pitch count. You know what I'm saying? Like, he
Mhm.
came out there. It looked like we were able to run the ball efficiently in the first quarter, first half, whatever you want to say. The offense was humming in the first half, but as soon as they took out Will Hernandez, they put John Gaines in. It's like, I mean, I'm not saying that was the issue because it wasn't. That wasn't the main problem. But it's just like, why are we doing that? Like, why are we staggering his minutes? Why are we? If he's good to go, he's good to go. Just let him play the whole game, get a feel for it.
Yeah.
But back to the Imari DiMercado fumble. Everybody named Mama told us this was the guy to pick up in fantasy. And honestly, us as fans, like we had no idea like who was it gonna be. Like you look at the running backs, and obviously we think Michael Carter's better than him. But the team
Mhm.
has never said that like Michael Carter is better than him. Like they always throw out DeMercado out there. He's always on the roster. Um, which like I don't know. I honestly, like, if it's me, he's not on the team after this week because, like, it's just a ridiculous blunder. And like, I know we're gonna get into the altercation with him and JG, and like, we kind of disagree on
Mhm.
how JG handled that, but like, ah, man, like, you just can't do that. Like, especially I mean, not the year, the week before, you had a dude drop the football going into the end zone. You don't think that, like, the players be talking about, like, what goes on in the league? Like, "Yo, did you see that play AD Mitchell had? Like, we gotta make sure we don't do that." Like, I know for a fact they saw that. I know
Yeah,
for a fact somebody saw that on the team, and, like, it should have been brought up, or it should always be brought up, like, "Yo, like, carry the ball in the end zone." So for him
yeah.
to do that, man, it's just the most Cardinal shit. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Obviously, we know DeMercado and how we talk about him. We won't go too much into him, but it's just like you said, a blunder that you can't make. And then obviously, it comes over to the sideline, and we can get straight into it because that is part of it. Obviously, there's some other things, but that is part of it. He comes over to the sideline, and obviously nobody really quite had this angle in during the game. So if you unless you were obviously at the game or like watching them the entire time, so we didn't see this until the day after, but obviously, the video comes out with Jonathan Gannon, berates Imari DiMercado, disrespectfully until a lot of people slaps him in the chest multiple times. The second one was much more of a wind up, which is something that I can admit to seeing like that probably is excessive, and I can agree with that notion. But it's more so to the point where so he obviously hits him, and it comes out, and then obviously, and then he gets fined $100,000 from not the NFL but the team. And a lot of the players are, just saying that they didn't like that he did that. Calais Campbell, I think, flat out said he didn't like that he did that today.
Yeah.
I think obviously Paris Johnson Jr. has subtly mentioned that he doesn't think that's something that should have been done. And for me personally, if you follow me on Twitter, like I've been at it for the last few hours when it comes to somewhat defending JG. And I kind of want to stand by that because overall, my assessment of the situation is that I use the word trust to define what Imari DiMercado has, gotten from this coaching staff. And it's like the opportunities that he's gotten from being on this team. He's been with this team since this regime got here. And since this regime got here, he's gotten multiple opportunities because they think they can trust him. They believe he's a smart player. They have faith in him to do things that a lot of the other running backs on the roster can't do. So at the same time, you're looking at a player and coach who I like I should say working in sports where some people may not understand it a little bit more than others is like a player and coach relationship. Obviously, this whole entire thing is, if you play any sports, you understand that, but it's just like a player and coach relationship is just so important in terms of how things are shown and how things are spoken about. And it's like we don't know what type of relationship Jonathan Gannon and Imari DiMercado have towards each other. Maybe they have that type of relationship where it can not so much be so physical, but I'm saying like he expects Imari DiMercado to be better than that. He
Mhm.
knows he can be better than that. So it's coming from a place of passion where it's like I need you to do more because I expect you to do more. And it's like, we're not talking about a father son type of thing. We are talking about a player and coach. We are talking about two grown men, and that's fine. But the reason nobody quite pulled him off, I saw Alex Clancy say this, and sometimes he has crazy takes, but you think about it, and it's like,
Yeah.
Will Hernandez is standing right there. If what Jonathan Gannon was saying was so disrespectful as a man, somebody would have pulled him aside way faster than what he was showing. So it's like he's yelling at him to be better. You have to be better because I expect you to be better. And he's like, he does that stuff all the time with the slapping on the chest. I remember seeing the one mic'd up with Dante Stills. He's slapping Dante Stills on the chest before he goes out there. It's not quite as aggressive as what you saw, which again, the wind up, that is almost like he slapped a clipboard. You know how
Bro,
coaches
he
coaches throw a
basically punched him
clipboard.
in the chest.
Coaches throw a clipboard on the ground like they're so frustrated. So
Yeah, yeah,
he threw his clipboard down on Imari DiMercado's chest. And it's all
yeah,
coming from a place of frustration. So it's like, but I still think $100,000 is insane. I still think your team finding you is insane. And I don't like the comments from a lot of people saying they don't like that because I personally believe that you need to be that type of coach. You're going over the extent line with quote unquote slapping in the chest, punching them. but you're not going over the extent line of I'm berating you for what you just did. Like if anybody on
Yeah.
that team thinks it's like, well, if I make a mistake, I just had to own it up. It's just all me. Like, no, I'm coaching you. I expect better from you. Like that to me is where I kind of don't like the line, and that's where I'm like out on some people. Like I do like Paris. I think he's a great player, but that mentality that you're like, oh well, I need to coddle him. Like it feels like coddling.
I'm
It doesn't feel like it feels like coddling.
I
It
wouldn't
feels
I
like
wouldn't s-
coddling.
I wouldn't say it's Colin. Real quick, I'm gonna say what's up to Jackie. She just joined the chat. Uh she said if it was BA, he would call her everything but a child guy. And that's I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but BA wouldn't have put his hands on him. And I think that's like that's the big thing, like, bro, you just don't put your hands on another grown man. Like, I don't care how upset you are. And like, I know you bring up the point of like, oh, well, he's talking to him just out of a place of like, yo, like, be better, like this and that. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't know what JG was saying to him. But all I know is whatever he said to him and how he reacted, he took it upon himself. When he woke up the next morning, he was like, you know what? That don't sit right with me. I need to
Yeah.
apologize. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
to me, I feel like he crossed the line just because I don't know what he said to him. And Paris does know what he said to him. Paris was
Yeah.
right there. And I want to say Will Hernandez was right there too.
Yeah.
But like I don't know what he said, but I just know when you put your hands on another grown man, bro, you crossing the line. And I've seen a lot of like players. I see some players. I say a lot because I seen Dez come out and defend JG, but I saw a lot of players talk about it on First Take where they're just saying like that's just like it's a written rule like you don't put your hands on the players like in the NFL or an unwritten rule like you just don't
Mm-hmm.
do that. And at the same time too, like if the roles were reversed, I mean JG, don't get me wrong, he's the head coach. Like, and I know you was talking about how like you had a little altercation, not altercation, but you've been in similar situations in your
Yeah. Yeah.
athletic career. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like JG is coming from a place of power. You know what I'm saying? Like you could cuss him out, you could say this and that, but like he only feels comfortable to do that because he is the head coach.
Yeah.
Like if it's the other way around, Imari is getting cut. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So the fine doesn't even like the fine is whatever. Like, yeah, he should be fine. Like I feel like he should
Mm-hmm.
be fine. Like at a minimum, he should be fine. But like, because if it's the other way around, Imari's getting cut.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like it personally. And I feel like that's the type of shit that could lose the locker room if he
Yeah.
hasn't already lost the locker room. I tell like I'm not putting nothing past this team because we said on the last pod like if they came out and they lost to the Titans, it was gonna be a lot of questions. All right, they actually did that. So I'm not putting nothing
Mm-hmm.
past this team. So when I say this, I mean this. If we lose to the Colts and we look like how we looked on offense the second half, I think JG has lost the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I just don't think it's no coming back from what you did in this past game and what you've been saying to the media and press conferences. And if the team just doesn't respond well, and I'm not saying we have to win, if we just don't look good on offense,
Yeah.
it's cooked.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's cooked.
I agree. That's
Yeah.
it. It comes from like you said, like I can't the comment today, real quick. I do see the comments in here as well. I see Dana said a game of violence between the white lines, as Wolf would say, and she also said the yelling didn't bother me. I was glad to see it actually from otherwise emotionless JG, and I think that's what a lot of people also feel like. They feel like there's a line that like Shaw mentioned was just crossed, and it's like
Yeah.
I can see that, and I can feel that. But it's more so just like what type of expectation is the culture when it's like you're I feel like I don't know who could have showed him the video, but like you said, he woke up and he thought he had to apologize. It's like now that to me, that's my ears perking up saying like, well, now that these videos are surfacing, now I'm apologizing. And then maybe you did apologize right away and it was just already in the moment. But it's more so like
Hmm.
I just I'm so like I'm so anti like maybe against that or maybe that type of notion of feeling badly for people that do things like and it's just more so
Yeah.
I don't know it's just more so like the context of what we're talking about. Like we're not talking about and I'm personally like I heard all of your points, so but like, I'm personally tired of people saying like well, if it's my job and my boss came to me like, you work in a cubicle, my guy, like I don't give a rat's ass what really happens with that. Like, you're in a
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
cubicle. Obviously, if
yeah.
somebody comes up to you and slaps you in your chest, that doesn't make sense. Like, your boss comes up to
Hmm.
you, but at the same time, like, we're talking about people that come into the situation where the game is about the game is about stuff like that, and and overall, I'm not saying that's a excuse for it. It's just more so
Yeah,
like guys, like, this football team, I'm expecting all of you to be better. This is not it. This is not good enough what we're showing and showcasing. And I don't want to make, quote unquote, make him an example, but it's like, if these guys feel like that is something that made them lose him if they weren't already lost on him, that to me is where it's like, come on, guys. Like, and it's like, I'm
yeah,
saying, like Des Bryant came out here and defended it a little bit, but there's like a multitude of different player perspectives on it. Like, some people are like, well, I get it, and then some others aren't, and I don't know quite so
yeah.
like
I mean,
what's the
I
right or
just,
wrong. It's a moral thing overall in general, but
I,
in terms of any,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I just think that like obviously he reached a point of like he letting his frustrations out, right? And like he should have been let his frustrations out at other
Yeah,
times in other games, right? Like
yeah,
it shouldn't
yeah,
take, oh, this dude fumbling the ball into the end zone for you to really like dig into
mhm.
somebody and really get pissed off, right? Like you should have been pissed off with how things have been up until this point. And I just think that
You don't think
he
that
let
going to
his
the point that we make though sometimes is
you said
about like,
what?
or not that we make, but you don't think that goes into the point I made about what is their relationship? What how important, like, what kind of expectations does he expect from Imari to be
And
the
I
one
mean,
for him for all of the things that we've seen with JG and this football team, the things that
yeah.
have happened, and he doesn't show any emotion. That guy doing that in that situation that made him pop
Yeah, I
off
mean,
like that.
I
That's
I think
crazy.
I don't think it's more of his relationship with him other than it's just a dumbass play.
Yeah,
Like it's probably like just the dumbest shit we see. I'm and we're gonna get into some more dumb shit, but like it's probably the dumbest shit we've seen happen like on this
mhm,
team within the JG tenure. You know what I'm saying? So like I just think that he crossed the line when he put his hands on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it sucks that Imari was the one that he let out his frustrations on because
yeah,
that's what he was doing. Like he was letting out his frustrations on like, bro, we're probably about to lose. I mean, in his head, he's probably not thinking they're gonna lose, but he's just
mhm,
like, yo, this is a big part of the game. Like we could have put this team away, and we haven't been able to do that. And then you just dropped the rock going into the end zone. He was pissed, but he
yeah,
crossed the line. And I mean, anytime you cross the line, in my opinion, like, yeah, like a fine, okay. Like that's cool. That's honestly a fine is just a slap on the wrist. Like
mhm,
he's not sweating over the $100,000. Like, but I don't know, man. Like I like you said, it's kind of a moral thing.
yeah. It'll, like you said, it'll be a good test. Like, if they come out trash, that'll be kind of. I think it's more so telling of who just the team is in general versus that. But and as we talk about that, this offense in general, their limitations yet again in another game where everything at the beginning looks pretty good against this team, at least so far. Again,
Also,
the
I'm sorry, before you get into that, I just
mhm,
want to say one more thing.
go ahead.
JG is not good. Like I'm just thinking about this. JG is not good enough to be hitting somebody in the chest either. He deserves to get hit in the chest sometimes. So like,
Mhm,
I'm just saying, like if it's Sean McVay, like you know what I'm saying, like all right, you pissed off, like cool, you Sean McVay, but you're Jonathan Gannon, like mm,
yeah.
yeah, no, okay, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. JG is a loser, and that's kind of that's kind of the notion in terms of what I was about to get to. Obviously, we talk about this offense, like their inability to still do the same things that we mentioned time in and time out outside of the scripted plays. This game, it looked awful. They didn't score anything. And again, what I put out at least what I thought about in terms of how my mindset worked is that they really only drove for 14 points. Like, they only drove for 14 points. And if you take away Marvin's big play, they only drove for 7. This team cannot
Mm,
drive for points if they can't run the football, and they have never been able to run the football. Obviously, charts coming out with Clayton Adams having great success in Dallas, Drew Petzing having no success now. We have no type of run game whatsoever, no matter who the running backs are. We have no type of run game whatsoever, no matter who the guards are. That's kind of where it's going to get to as well. And it's like,
mhm.
your football team, is a mess on that side of the ball. Kurt Warner put it out there multiple times, and I've continued to keep it in my head, and it shows every time. The details of the offense just there aren't there, and that's because that's coaching. Coaching coaches details. Players play plays. The coaches coach the details. Those are the things that matter, and it comes down to a point where it's like you're looking at certain plays like. First of all, the amount of screens we run versus a four-man pass rush that is already able to stop that because they don't have anybody coming like that is
Yeah.
insane because that's their only answer to not being able to run the football. And so instead of attacking the perimeter like most smart people would do if they can't run the football up and down, they continue to try to go up and down with the tight end screens. But it still comes to the point where I was about to say, like they can't even throw those passes accurately enough, or at least Kyler hasn't been able to throw those passes accurately enough to make big plays because the tight end
Mhm.
expects it one way and it goes another way, and so he has to stumble. Like Trey McBride, the one he caught, he should have scored a touchdown on, but Jeffrey Simmons was able to tackle him because he had to
I'm trying to
stumble with
think.
the ball.
I
It
don't
was
remember
it
that
was
one.
he had to kind of catch it behind him, turn around, put his hand on the ground, turn around. Then he started running up,
Mhm.
and Jeffrey Simmons by that point is right there on his
Caught
legs,
up
and
to
it's
him.
like
Okay.
yeah, it's like if you just hit him in the gut, he turns around. He has 2-3 blockers right in front of him. He's probably scoring a touchdown. It's like it's
Mhm.
the small details with this offense. It's like who are you kind of like who is it on at this point? And again, we can't really pinpoint the one thing, but maybe I shouldn't ask you who is it on. I should be asking you who's gone after this year when it comes to this offense because I don't believe it has a chance to get better. I don't because of the coaching and the details that have already been instilled for 3 years. So who do you
Bro,
think's
I
gone?
think I mean, obviously, I think Drew needs to be gone. Like, I mean, I'm with probably like 90% of the fans when it comes to that. I know, okay, so let me put it this way. People will say, "Oh, well, we need a clean house. Like, maybe we need to get rid of Kyler. We need to get rid of Drew. We need to get rid of JG, everybody, right?" When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the Kyler versus Drew thing, how I look at it is one person needs to go, the other person doesn't necessarily need to go. But if they go, I mean, it'll suck, right? But like
Yeah.
Drew Petzing needs to go, right? Like Kyler hasn't shown this year that he's part of the problem. He hasn't shown that he's the solution, but albeit he hasn't been given many opportunities to show that he's the solution. Because if you give him two or three opportunities to close out the game, we're talking about okay, Kyler's coming out here, he's closing out games, he's winning us games. We're 4-1, everybody's happy. But right now, I mean, I look at Drew, and I also look at Monty and the reason why I bring up Monty is because I just feel like our offense isn't we don't have enough like different chess pieces to go out there. And if we do have to adapt or adjust, where we can switch stuff up. Like we ran Trey Benson, James Conner, and Imari as our three running backs for the first like what 3 weeks of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Carter came in this past week and he clearly has more juice than all those guys. Like, I'm not saying that he's better than James Conner, but you can tell he's burstier, he's quicker,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes that helps you get an extra 2, 3 yards when something's like, what I'm saying, like something's clogged up. So, like, why isn't he on the roster at all times in case, okay, we need to throw in a different change of pace guy, right? Like, why don't we have a speedster that can threaten you deep? You know what I'm saying? If we have to start going to that, like, I just
Mm-hmm.
think that I'm not saying Monty's not going nowhere, right? I don't think Monty's going anywhere. But I think we need to do it. He needs to do a better job of making the offense or just making the team more versatile, giving the
Mm-hmm.
team more versatile pieces. Because you look at the defense has versatile pieces all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Rabbit can play all in the secondary, Garrett can play all in the secondary. Um, Darius Robinson, I mean, they hoping that he could play inside outside, right? But like
Mm-hmm.
the offense just doesn't have that. You just don't have that. And so
Yeah.
like Drew obviously needs to go. I mean, we can sit here and talk about Drew for all day, right? And why he needs to go. I mean, I literally saw, I don't know if you saw a play that I want to say it was Theo Mackey had highlighted, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like two tight ends literally blocking basically each other. And we only had
Yeah.
two routes, or actually really one route on the on the
Yeah.
far side of the field.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like
special. That's that Drew Petzing
like
special. That get two people to run right into each other and then have one person go 10 yards down the field. That's that special right
exactly.
there. But I'm being told the play design. There's not like Benjamin Albright yesterday talking about. There's nothing wrong with the play design. What the hell are you talking about?
I
What are
don't
you
know.
watching?
He don't watch the games. Like
Like
I don't like anybody that
it ain't
majority national
that's what I'm
media.
saying.
Yeah, no, he's
It
not.
ain't all Kyle. It ain't all Kyle. Like again, there are issues with that, but you don't tell me there's not play design issues. Anybody with a brain can tell you there's play design issues because they have one way to beat cover two. If it don't work, they're fried, and their teaching mechanics are terrible. Clearly, don't tell me that
Yeah,
what quarterback have they developed? Like Josh Dobbs was not great here. He was average. Every quarterback has
yeah,
played average, if not bad. Like that's what I'm like at the end of the day, like they have no proven track record. So like you said, I'm not the pets and stuff. No way. Like, come on, we're not talking about that right now. He's
yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
But overall, like and again, the other quote he said the other day, where both of them said it like, "Oh, I didn't like the call, but we called it." That it's just it's things like those where it's like I'm starting to feel like I'm out, like personally, like on these dudes, just because it's like y'all don't have that instinct for me. It's there's an instinct when it comes to this coaching stuff. Y'all don't have it because y'all have
yeah.
proven to me over and time again these last few games. Y'all don't have it. Y'all don't have the ability to dissect the game that how it needs to be made and attack it in that aspect. Like I've watched teams in our division multiple times find multiple ways to win. There is no multiple way for the Cardinals to win. And it's not just the quarterback, guys. Ding, ding, ding. Like a lot of teams have multiple ways that they win football games. Our
Yeah,
football team doesn't do that. If we can't run the ball, we can't pass the ball. If we can't pass the ball, we can't score.
we're not winning.
If the defense can't stop anybody in the fourth quarter, we lose the game. That's
Hmm.
quite easily how 3 losses have come. Almost 4. So it's like, please, like, what we can't look at this team and expect anything else anymore because I've been given enough evidence over multiple seasons and games now to show me it's like this is their style, this is how they want to play, and maybe if Jacoby Brissett does play this week, maybe he does look nice in it because it fits him much more than it fits Kyler Murray. Like it's a backup quarterback offense.
I
It's a
mean,
backup quarterback offense.
it and it might fit him more just because I feel like I say it might fit him more. I just feel like obviously Jacoby's not a runner. Like he don't even
Yeah,
think to run. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like when the play breaks down or when you only have one
yeah.
route on the
No play,
play,
no. You don't even think about making a play.
he's letting the ball go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's throwing it, he's forcing it there, or he's throwing the ball away. Like he doesn't have that extra. Kyler's like, okay, well, I know I can make a play. Like Kyler thinks
yeah,
he's the best football player on the field when he steps on the field. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's different.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm basically out on JG too. Like I'm through with JG because like I just don't think things are gonna change. I think the trajectory of the team, even though, the positive outlook is, oh well, y'all lost 3 games by one possession or one point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One field goal or whatever you want to say. But like to me, it's just deeper than that. And I just personally, man, looking back on it, I'm starting to see what Philly fans said about JG. Like, Philly fans were like, yo, we hate JG, like he sucks, this and that. I'm starting to see why. Because he inherited a defense that has 70 sacks and the lowest blitz rate in the NFL with 70
Mhm.
sacks, you know what I'm saying, in a season. And they still needed to bring in somebody to help him out in terms of putting together like defensive calls and stuff like that, which was Vic Fangio. So like I don't know, man. Like I don't see it, bro. Like
Mhm.
I don't know, man.
It's tough. Like this is overall the point to me. It's like you have to you have to show that you can put things together. Outside of a winning streak, it's spotty. It's very spotty outside of a winning streak in terms of their win losses, and it's like you can't keep being close and expect me to care. Like I can't keep seeing you. Oh, we're almost there. And this may be a silly point, and again, like I don't know how many people truly think about it like this, but it's like you kind of look at the aspect of the team, and it's like I said, I mentioned the word gaslighting last week, and it still feels true. Where it's like I feel like I'm getting sold a picture of the team by people because of how they talk about the game and their experience of the game versus like showing me proof that those things are working out or that what you're teaching. I can hear your teaching as well. It's like, and again, this is a silly thing, but why do we never get post game locker room speeches after any win. We have yet to ever have one of these. We haven't really ever heard him have a speech to the team after until
Yeah.
outside of the one speech that got clowned, and they haven't showed anything since. Like the flight plan seemingly only came when we had the winning streak last year.
Mhm.
It's like we as a fan base, and again, it's silly, but we deserve to see insight on what you're building because obviously the process of what's showing is not coming true. Like that process isn't working out, and it's not working out
Mhm.
because the team's not winning games, like you said. So it's like I, me personally, it's just it would be a nice touch to see, but it's like I can't believe anything that they tell us anymore or what we should expect from anything because you're now lied to me for 2 seasons in a row. It's like
Yeah.
that to me is the easiest way to lose me as a fan and make me very, very pessimistic on whatever y'all have going on, regardless. So it's
Yeah.
tough.
Bro, I saw floating around on Twitter, they brought up his like intro presser, like when we hired him, and he
Mm-hmm.
was just like he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna be fast, we're gonna be physical." He's like, "We're gonna maximize our our uh our players' abilities, like our offense tailored to our players' ability." It's like
Mm-hmm.
you just haven't done any of that, man. Like
Yeah.
it's just not it. And my biggest fear is like, let's just say we do win 6 games this year, right? Like this is now like super worst case scenario, right? We go 6-11, right? 17 games.
Yeah.
Um, and you keep JG. You're just gonna fire him 3 games into next year if we go 0-3 or 1-4 or whatever. Like, so if it's me, I'm moving off of him ASAP because like I'm looking at the Jaguars right now, and I look at the Texans 2 years ago. The
Mm-hmm.
Texans traded away they first round pick to us, and people like, why y'all doing that? Like y'all gonna suck again. They made the playoffs, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
granted, it's the AFC South. The Jaguars right now, they just got a new head coach. They got a new defensive coordinator. They got a new everything. They clean house. They got a GM that's my age. I think he's like
Yeah, as
30
I
years
said,
old.
yeah, young as shit.
Yeah. And they traded away their first round pick for Travis Hunter. And it's like, why you do that? If you looked at their schedule coming into the season, you like, man, they got a brutal schedule. You don't know. I don't know if they're gonna even win 2 games. They out of their first 5 games, first 5, 6 games. Look where they're
Mm-hmm.
at now. You know what I'm saying? They're in
Mm-hmm.
a perfect spot to potentially make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It can be done in one season. It can be done in one season. It's just, I mean, you just gotta. If it's me, I'm cleaning house. That's
Yeah.
that's just me. Drew is up out of JG's up out of here, and whoever else comes in after that. If you want Kyler, that's cool. If not, your options are very limited. So you probably, I mean, you might want to just see what you got in him. But I personally feel like it can be done in one season. For all the people that's saying like, "Oh, Kyler's just gonna go to another team and be better and this and that." I kind of agree with that because I just think that it's something in the water with the organization. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just honestly, we're just kind of one of them organizations where we might not just I don't know. But
Yeah, he's trash,
at the
man. Say
same
that.
but at the same time, if you're telling me that he can go into a different team and in a year, okay, the Vikings are now like Super Bowl contenders or whatever the case, why can't he do that here? If you get the right person in here. JG is just
Mm-hmm.
not the right person. He's just not the right person. In my opinion, he's not the right person. I don't think that we can win with JG, win big with JG. Therefore, I'm
Mm-hmm.
out. Like I'm
Yeah.
just out.
That's what it comes down to. It feels very conservative, top down. Like even Monty Ford. You mentioned the trading picks. Like we traded out of our pick, got back up. That was very aggressive. That's been kind of the lone aggressive move in terms of the draft. Like you kind of just fell into a lot of other players here and there, and it's more so just like at this point, obviously Darius Robinson hasn't done anything. He's only a second year
Mm-mm.
player, but he has not done a single thing. So letting him, keep staying at 27 instead of using that pick to either move up or do something with that, it's like, what are we doing here? We can't just wait around for stuff anymore. And that's kind of the nature of it seems like the entirety of the franchise. These guys don't have a timeline for themselves, and it's like because they're inheriting something that Michael Bivol probably told them this is a bare bones project. You do what you need to do, and it's like he didn't put a rush on them. They have no timeline. He doesn't expect anything except for getting the funk that was Cliff Kingsbury's at the end of his tenure and Steve Keim's tenure off of my records. And it's it's been great in terms of a image until probably Sunday, and now in terms of not winning games, then you start to lose fans, and that's where it's like you're playing a dangerous game, trying to do this over and over again with not being aggressive. Like take some risk.
They
Somebody
got
has to
to.
take some risk because like this football shit isn't given. Like I promise you, it's not given. And I don't care what Michael Bidwell says. When people stop showing up, it's over for you. Like it's been proven when people stop showing up, when people stop caring, when people start bringing every noise to the situation, it is over for you. So like let's put up some pep in our step, fellas. Like seriously, because even so, Nick Rallis, like people are talking about if JG comes back, we'll still have all that. It's like there's no promise that he's going to be here next year. Like there's zero promise that he's going to be here next year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's also on a 3-year contract, and I'm pretty sure another team would like to see his
Oh yeah,
services and
he no
depend on what he
Nick
wants.
Rallis would be out if JG's out. Nick Rallis is out. Like that's
Exactly. So there's a lot of like let's just go into the basis of this. Like these dudes have to show something this year, or they should be gone. They should be gone because, like you mentioned, it doesn't always take 3 years to build everything up how it needs to go. Like sometimes you can do it right away, and in this division, you need to be able to do it right away because Seattle, even though they have the same GM, their new head coach has made a change for them, and they just present a different image of how they were as a team. They were already a physical, hard nosed team under Pete Carroll. They lost some of that at the end of his era, and then this guy comes in and he brings that right back up. You haven't been able to garnish that since Bruce Arians has been here. So it's like outside of 1 year with Cliff Kingsbury, I should say. So there's that
bro.
there's very little chance for that to have success. Go ahead.
I would love. I just thought of a great question to ask JG and Oppressor. Do you think Drew needs some help?
Mm-hmm.
Like just that simple question. Do you think Drew needs some help?
He's gonna tell
Do
you
you think
no.
he has to? Do you think he has too much on his plate?
He's just
Because
gonna say
like
no.
I mean, and if that's the case, and he like honestly, bro, like if he wants to put his coaching career on the line for Drew Petzing, that tells us all we need to know.
Exactly. I
like
agree.
like why do
100%.
you love this man so much? Like what's so special about this dude?
Yep.
Ain't nothing special about him.
No.
Like it's everything special about your quarterback. It's everything special about that number 4 pick that y'all
Mhm.
drafted. Like
Mhm.
it's nothing special about this about Drew Petzing. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Did you want to move on to this week, or did you have some other stuff you want to talk about with the game?
I mean, there's nothing I really want to talk about with this game. Overall, just I don't like to say I don't know where we go in terms of path forward. This is going to be shaky patch of games coming up. Obviously, there's a chance that I and I know you put it out there like what type of effort would he lose the locker room if the guys get popped this week? Like
Oh, it's
there's a lot of
cooked.
like especially against your former, cohort or coworker and Shane Steichen, like that'll be like very,
Who
very hellacious up until the
Eagles
wall.
fans would love to have Shane Steichen back right now. They said,
Yeah,
"Fuck JG. We don't want to go near him. Like
yeah,
like we don't go anywhere near him, bro. Like they
yeah.
Bro, if they
And
lose
it's
to the Colts, which I mean, I think they're gonna lose to the Colts. I mean, but they're gonna come back home and they're gonna play the Packers, and it's not gonna be a home game. The locker room is gonna be cooked. Like
mhm,
it's just the vibes are gonna be cooked.
mhm,
They have to look competent on offense against the Colts. And honestly, if they put up 24 points, they probably win the game. That's how
yeah,
good the defense has been playing.
yeah. It's
But
and again that's the test, right? You're gonna have to stop Jonathan Taylor, who's been a freight train out of hell saving my fantasy season. But it's just like you got to make sure like you have to look like you can't allowing Kyler Murray to be outplayed by a person that he's been better than his whole entire career, that again would be yet another firewall offense for me in terms of the coaching staff. Like because like
yeah,
he's always been better than that guy. I don't care what nobody says about Daniel Jones this year. He's always been better than Daniel Jones, and he looks like a schmuck compared to Daniel Jones this year. And that's all coaching and opportunity and placement of your situation. He has zero pressure in Indianapolis to be good because he was supposed to be the backup this year. So he goes into this situation and has zero pressure, a la Mr. Sam Darnold last year, who literally was supposed to go
Yeah.
into the backup role and had zero pressure to perform because everybody thought he was bad. So it's like
Yeah.
there's literally zero pressure for him, and he goes out there with an offensive guy that knows how to nurture the quarterback and draw up success when it comes to offensive plays and score points and he's now found a way to craft a defense that is a good unit. It's like they have the
Yeah.
perfect recipe right now. That's why they're 4-1. If AD Mitchell wasn't stupid, they'd be 5-0. It's like
That's a fact.
we're going into this game like you have to look good, and I want more so the defense to look good than anything because I want to prove this defense right. Like obviously we mentioned, I think we just said it off air. Like Mina Khan had a snippet. I don't know quite the topic that they were talking about, but mentioning it how bad the defense get in the fourth quarter, but they're first in EPA for the first 3 quarters of the game. So it's like that's the real Cardinals. That's the team that is when the game is in the situation like that. That's who they
Mhm.
are. When they're a defense that has to be on the field for over multiple plays, because again, I have to look this up and I kind of want to look it up right now. And I feel this way. Like this offense is on the field the least amount in the fourth quarter. It has to be out of every team because they consistently go three
Probably.
and out and do nothing with the football in the fourth quarter outside of one game. So it's like this defense is on the field all fourth quarter. Of course, they're going to give up a 5 yard, drop off when they have fucking when they're up 20 points. Like that's
Mhm.
expected to happen. Like, but it becomes to the point where this offense can't put the game away. They keep having to go out there. So let's really think about how this defense is performing before anybody tries to talk bad about them and say that they're costing the Cardinals the game. They need to finish. They finished the game already. And again, I don't say it is a 60-minute game, but they've already done enough on their side. It's a complimentary game. We don't expect anybody to do anything by themselves on a football field to win football games. So it's like let's just chill out on the defense. I think they played a great game on Sunday. Obviously, they just gave up on the last two. Not gave up, but they
Yeah,
they
I mean,
they, they
they had
floundered
the
on the last two
blunder.
drives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had the
and
blunder.
every time
Yeah.
these last 3 games, it's been quote unquote CB2. Like Keytruck Clark got beat deep twice, and then Max Melton
Mhm.
got beat deep by JSN. It's like,
Mhm.
what do you want us to do? That should not Will Johnson. I 1,000% believe if that's probably Will Johnson. It's not a completion, and we might be 5-0. So it's like the defense is just it's a big play
I don't know why
accidental.
they don't let Will travel, bro.
Yeah.
Just try it out at this
Well,
point.
apparently he was on a
Like,
snap count. I thought he was in the game the entire time until I found out he was on
seemed
a
like
snap
it.
count, and it's like why are we doing snap counts in week 5? It's just like what are we conserving? I should say I shouldn't say that. Like I get why you want to conserve people, but it's like it's that he was just off for 2 weeks just now. Like he needs to
Yeah.
play. Will Hernandez, you get that he's coming off an ACL, but like he was off for 2 weeks. Just play him more than you need to be playing him. There's no need to ramp. If he needs to ramp up, he needs to not play. Like that's kind of how I always thought about football games. It's like you can ramp up in
Mhm.
the NBA differently. There's 82 games. There's only 17 opportunities in football. If he needs to ramp up, he needs to not play. So it's like
Yeah.
I overall back to our point about the game coming up. Like I just need the defense to look good. I'm expecting the offense to be bad. So I have no care about kind of what happens on that
Yeah.
side of the ball. I just need my defense agenda to be good because we've seen what good defenses can do for football teams, and just keep my good defense together. Like at the end of the day, maybe something cracks on that side of the ball, football, and they get struck by lightning with some offensive god, but the defense has done its part more than enough, and I would love to see them stifle Indiana Jones and that whole entire train party they have going on, and make them really have to work for a win on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, I I just want the offense to look competent in the second half. First half, I have no issues with first half. They always seem to draw some stuff up.
mhm.
It's like this past game, they gave Marv like some here, damn, like here you go,
Yeah.
we'll give you like 3, 4 targets in the first quarter, but then we won't target you for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to see that. And like you said, like I mean, I have friends who are like Giants fans, like NFC East guys, and they're just like they be giving me hell when it comes to they're like, man, Daniel Jones is or Kyler Murray is closer to Daniel Jones than you think. And I'm like, he's really not, but
Yeah,
he's pigeonholed by play caller, coaching, all this stuff. And then also, bro, just a clean game. Cause like how many penalties do we have? And I know that was a big I know you used to gripe on you used to give Cliff hell for the
yeah,
penalties. Me
yeah,
personally, man, just players just be better. Like
yeah,
just don't get penalized.
yeah,
Like don't hold, don't false start, don't illegal contact, all that. Just don't do it.
yeah.
Because
It
like
was three big plays taken off on Sunday because of holds and the penalty. So it was
yeah, yeah, and
killed all momentum.
it's just like you've played football for your entire life. You know what you can do and you can't do on a football field. Like just don't do it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
but
So the
I don't
penalty thing, I agree.
I don't know, man. Look, I will say this. You know what? I'll give an optimistic take, positive take. Cardinals are
Mhm.
plus 7.5. They cover that. That's all I'm gonna say. They cover plus 7.5.
Oof. Oof, oof, oof. I again, like I would agree with you on that notion because I do believe this defense can hold them into a game. So I could see that, but boy, like if this, and again, this will be the first. I'm trying to think about it overall. Like we played the Seahawks before, yeah. 49ers did. I wouldn't say they had names, but they have kind of coaching. I would say this is the first game that we played probably since the Saints, where it's like DeForest Buckner is obviously no, never mind. I was about to say they don't have that many great DTs, but I think about DeForest,
Mhm,
but D Buck, and then I think about Grover Stewart too. I think he's still there, and
mhm.
just they're humming on defense in general, especially their front. And they got Zaire Franklin, who I love as a football player. So it's like I uh I don't know. Like they always I always was told the Colts corners were ass, but now they got Charvarius Ward. Apparently he's playing great football, and so I don't know what this offense. I'll be honest. I don't know what
You
this
think
offense
Kyler
can do.
plays? I think Kyler
No,
plays. Oh, you don't think so?
no,
Mm.
I don't think I not. What they clearly have no. They have no rush to players. Like talking about if he's good, he's good. Well, if he has some type of if he has some type of hesitancy, even if he wants to play, what are you going to do, Mister Conservative? I just sit down. You like we'll put Brissett in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to give a lot of people what they want because a lot of people want to see Brissett in this offense. And when we get
Why?
fried by
You know what this is
because
giving?
he's Mr.
You know
Go
this
ahead.
reminds me of when they wanted to see Clayton Tune
When
play,
they wanted to see Colt, I was going
or
to say when they wanted to see Colt
was it Colt
McCoy play.
McCoy?
Yeah,
Was it Colt McCoy? I mean, I think it was Colt and Clay. I think Clayton Tune had one of the worst performances we've seen from a quarterback ever. Like,
yep,
I want to say he
yep.
only completed like 8 passes for like 30 yards or something. It was bad.
That game has been deleted out of memory. Like that's one of the games that you don't even remember as a person. Like I don't even think the people that were there remember that game. Like that was one of the craziest games of 2 hours and 47 minutes of football I've ever seen in my life. Like I don't think I cannot picture a game that was that bad. And then the excuses that were made after the game about why it happened. Like I was so dumbfounded
Bro,
about that
everybody
game. I
wanted
couldn't
Clayton
believe it.
Tune to play so bad, bro. So
Yeah.
that's what this
And
reminds me of. Like, why would you want Jacoby Brissett to play? If you
mhm,
truly believe Jacoby Brissett gives your team a better chance of winning than Kyler Murray, I don't know what to tell you.
mhm.
I don't know what to tell you. Uh,
Now, devil's advocate, not towards Joey Brissett because I do think I don't think it's a quarterback issue. But what if he comes out here? These dudes have a Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison have 100 yard games, and the offense put up 28 points and they win. That's
well, then
gonna be a crazy week. That's gonna
it's
be an insane week.
it's a good win, but he going right back to the bench. Like I mean,
Oh
he going
shit!
right back to the bench when Kyler gets healthy. Like it's
My
just
boy, this man Chuck Harris might lose his mind. He might troll the so hard he might break his fingers on his app, bro. Because that he is going to clown
yeah.
every single person that been his mentions for the last 7 years. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be an insane one. But yeah, it's I personally don't have faith. I have it closer to like 24 to. I don't even say 20, maybe 21 to 17, 21 to 16. I just yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we probably do cover, but it's like this offense just it's not enough. It's not enough ever. And then outside of people making plays, quote unquote, why can't I feel like coaches can also make plays, and our coaches don't make plays for our team. So it's like the guys, it's always seems to always come down to execution for a lot of people, and that is the name of the game, obviously. But sometimes execution comes in terms of how things are developed and designed, and so
Yeah.
uh,
And it's also sometimes you can execute, but the other team just might be better. They just
mhm,
might have better defensive linemen, better linebackers, like, they just might be better. Like,
mhm.
so
Yeah, Dana came in. She said, "I think Brissett fits the system better, but Kyle is a better QB." Yeah, that's definitely
I
what we
think
see.
he I think he only fits the system better because he's not gonna run. That is literally
Yeah,
the only reason why I think he fits the system better, just because, I mean, like you said, the route combos aren't changing. Like,
hmm
the passing concepts are what they are. It's just
hmm
that Kyler is always aware of, okay, I feel like I can get out of this with my legs and my athleticism. Jacoby
hmm
is like, I'm gonna throw my way out of this, which could lead to maybe some more plays downfield, but it also could lead to more turnovers.
yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, but
It's a backup QB offense, and so maybe it is tailor made for Jacoby Brissett, and it still might only get garner 20, maybe 20 or so points because as soon as we hit that bench marker, it's time to cut it off completely. Um, we continue. She also said we continue to throw 30%, 33% or so of all passes behind or at the line of scrimmage, and
that's crazy.
yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And she said, I think he was pitched justifiably, but the thing is that touchdown wouldn't have mattered if we had an NFL average offense or an NFL average offense in general. Yeah, I can't. We're wasting our breaths at this point trying to expect them to be an NFL average offense because they haven't quite proved it outside of one stretch of games and that they could do something that clearly is not consistent for them now going forward, which is running the football. So I don't know if that magically that button just switches, and it's just so upsetting to say that in week 5 because there is so much season left. They could not easily, but they could win 12 games, as Elijah Higgins was saying. But Elijah Higgins, you're not winning 12 games in a row. I'm gonna tell you that right now, sir. Um, I respect you as a man. You're not winning 12 games. You lied to yourself. It's just we'll see what type of stuff this offense can generate. We'll see what type of competitiveness they'll have in this game. And I know my brother Jake. I know he definitely had his own feelings about this one, so I feel sad that he had to miss this one. What we might do is just
Oh,
let him.
Jake probably would have, like,
Yeah,
lost his mind, bro. Jake said he was literally sick, like physically sick after the game. Like,
yeah.
yeah, he probably would have lost his mind today.
Yeah. So what I might do is I might just let him. I might tell him just post up on his phone, just vent all his thoughts, and then we'll throw right up on our YouTube right here, just so everybody can see also what he's feeling. Because this is a vent session here. This is a vent session for to figure out what this football team needs, not even just mentally, but just overall as a unit and as an organization to get right back on this track that was there. At least some thought last year, like it. Some had fading doubts or fading doubts about the situation. They did come into this year with optimism, and it's quickly gone away. So, you had anything else to say before we head out of here on this, very very misery week losing to the Titans?
Um, I guess my last thing I say is, any fan that said that they seen this coming, I don't believe them, because I don't
Mhm.
think that anybody realistically thought that we could go from being one of the best rushing teams in the NFL to the absolute worst. Like, I just I just don't know how that happens, man. Like, and I know they're saying
Mhm.
it's all on one guy. Like, I mean, yeah, Clayton Adams got Dallas turned up and that, but, like, it still just shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, you might drop some, but it shouldn't be that bad. So, I don't know what it is. It's the same guys out there, but they just gotta get their shit together.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it
That
is.
that's completely my same point. Like it's the same guys. There's what is the difference in terms of what y'all calling on the plays? It's the same run plays. What's the difference? It's not all just getting blown back and blown off the ball. Like you guys are getting off of the ball well. It's like you all are just missing opportunities or missing assignments, and the technique is just not there this year for some reason. It's like we gotta just literally whatever y'all taught in 2024, just or 2025, just put it back on a PowerPoint, teach that again, and then do that again, and maybe we can get some Russian success going forward. So,
Yeah.
I had to, unfortunately, because I have to, not quite a bet, but we did talk about this. My sister's fiance, Titans fan, he wanted me to say, tighten up before we head out. So, tighten up. We'll see y'all.
All right, bro.